Hi, I'm Anna, and today I'm standing in for Ace. I want to start with a quick question. Have you ever seen videos where avatars don't just talk, but actually walk around, move naturally, and still feel consistent the whole time, and wondered how that was made? That's what we're going to cover today. I'll show you how to create a walking and talking avatar, and more importantly, how to make the transitions feel seamless and keep everything consistent. Not just the character, but the environment and the scene as well. The first step is creating the images. I'll be using Nano Banana Pro in Dzine for this, but you can use any image generator you like. First, create the base images for your avatar and the backgrounds. I made mine using Flux Pro 2 in Dzine. For the avatar, I used a 9:16 aspect ratio and prompted for a full body view. I also kept the prompt improver turned off because I didn't want my prompts altered in any way. Once you have your base images, it's time to start building the scenes. The first scene is me sitting at the desk. To do this, I open the chat editor and use my base images as references. Make sure Nano Banana Pro is selected, along with your desired aspect ratio. I generated all of my images in 2K resolution, with a prompt that places her sitting in the chair in a medium close-up shot. One important thing to note here, your avatar's face needs to be clear, recognizable, and easy to detect. Otherwise, you may run into issues later when using the lip sync tool. After you generate an image, review it carefully. This is where you want to check, recheck, and triple check consistency, like your avatar's proportions, height, accessories, and any objects in the scene. Small differences might seem minor now, but they can create noticeable issues once you start generating movement or additional scenes. If you run into consistency problems across generations, try including the full description you use to create the avatar or background in every prompt where it's used as a reference. This can help reinforce details. Nano Banana Pro is great, but it can still make mistakes, like in these images, where her earrings and overall appearance changed between generations. At one point in the video, I want to walk around the desk, but the generated image doesn't leave enough space on the left side for movement. To fix this, I used the office image as a reference and prompted a horizontal camera movement to the left, which generated a left side view of the office. I also prompted the chair to be rotated slightly to the left, so when I later generated the video of her returning to the chair, there wouldn't be any awkward or unnatural chair movement. Make sure your scenes leave enough space for natural movement, walking paths, arm gestures, and body motion without objects getting in the way, or you might get videos like these. Finally, I generated an image of me standing in front of the desk. To maintain character consistency, I use my character base image and the left side view of the office as references. This leads me to the next tip. Don't leave room for guesswork. If your avatar is going to walk or move, make sure the objects in the background behind her are always visible and not fully blocked. Anything hidden in the keyframes and only revealed once she moves has to be inferred by the video model, which can lead to inconsistencies. Like in this video. Watch the bookshelf carefully. You'll see that some of the items change when she goes back to her seat. That happens because the area was completely blocked by the avatar and never appeared in the keyframes. Before moving to the next step, make sure to upscale your images to X. You can easily do this in Dzine when downloading your images. Now that all of the images are ready, it's time to create the videos in Kling. There are a few different workflows for creating a lip sync video. The Avatar 2.0 tool is great. It offers pre-made avatars and also lets you use your own avatar and voice. However, it only supports one reference image. I tested it anyway, using the image of me sitting at the desk as the reference and included a detailed movement prompt, including walking around the desk. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work the way I wanted. Hi, I'm Anna, and today I'm standing in for Ace. I want to start with a quick question. Have you ever seen videos where avatars don't just talk, but actually walk around, move naturally, and still feel consistent the whole time, and wondered how that was made? That's what we're going to cover today. I'll show you how to create a walking and talking avatar, and more importantly, how to make the transitions feel seamless and keep everything consistent. Not just the character, but the environment and the scene as well. The first step is creating the images. I'll be using Nano Banana Pro in Dzine for this, but you can use any image generator you like. Her movement is expressive and the lip sync is very good, but she never walks around the desk like I prompted. Instead, the background wobbles and the ending is horrible. You could use the new 2.6 video model with audio, which now supports a custom voice. However, the limitation is the same. You can only use one image to generate the entire video. For maximum flexibility and reusability, I'm going to take a different approach. I'll create multiple short videos using the 2.5 turbo model under the image to video tool, then combine them into a single final lip sync video. You can use other models if you prefer, just make sure they support both start and end frames. I'll create 4 videos, me sitting at the desk and talking, walking to the front of the desk, standing and talking, and walking back to the chair and sitting down, still talking. For the videos where the avatar is not walking, the goal is to create a seamless loop. To do that, use the same image as both the start and end frame. The prompt is simple. The woman talks to the camera. The camera is static. Natural hand movements and gestures. Keeping the camera static is key. This makes the loop far less noticeable. You can enable sound effects. Even though they're currently free, the generated effects are unpredictable and usually unnecessary, so I keep them disabled. There are also advanced options for sound effects and music, but I'm not going to use those either. You can generate 5 or 10-second videos costing 25 or 50 credits respectively. I created 10-second clips. For the second video, I used the image of her sitting as the start frame and the image of her standing as the end frame with this prompt. Make sure to give specific movement instructions in your prompt. For example, here I prompted her to walk to the left around the desk. If you simply prompt for her to walk, you may end up with a result like this. I think you get the idea, so I'll skip walking through the last 2 videos in detail. Once all the clips are ready, it's time to bring everything into Capcut. Here's my project with the clips already uploaded and arranged in order. I've also added the lip sync audio that I generated in 11 Labs. First, make sure the aspect ratio is 16:9 since it's for a YouTube video. The video and audio length should match, so I'll slightly increase the speed of some clips. If your audio is longer than your video, you can either slow down the clips or duplicate the looping ones. You can add transitions, but you shouldn't need to. Because we use keyframes during generation, the transitions between clips should already feel smooth and natural. Once you're finished, delete the audio clip from the timeline and export the video. Kling doesn't allow video files larger than 100 megabytes, so whichever quality you choose, make sure the final export stays under that limit. Then click Export. Next, head back to Kling and open the Avatar tool. Click on the Lip Sync tab and upload the video you just exported from Capcut. It takes about a minute to process the video and detect the character. Here's the interface you'll see. Kling includes a built-in text-to-speech tool with pre-made voices and adjustable settings. Since I already have my voiceover, I'll upload it using the Upload Local Dubbing option instead. Once it's uploaded, click Add Speech, and the audio will be added to the timeline on the left. From there, you can further edit the audio and the video if needed. You can preview it also. If your video has sound and you don't want to include it, make sure the sound from video option is disabled. The optimal sync segment is the part of the video where the avatar's face is best suited for accurate lip syncing. Ideally, it should cover the entire video, since lip sync quality may drop outside of it. This generation costs 40 credits. And that's it. The result is an expressive, walking, and talking avatar with lip movements perfectly synced to the audio. You can also reuse the video clips you generated to create additional lip sync videos in Kling, Dzine, or any other lip sync tool that supports using video as a reference. If this was helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future tutorials. We're sharing more workflows like this very soon, and you won't want to miss them. Thank you for watching.